Hi and welcome to Warframe. This is Hotfix, even though it doesn't actually say anything there, which I thought was weird. This is 16.4.5. Now, I thought what I'll do is cover what's been in the past two hotfixes, because obviously 16.5 is still being worked on, so it's basically been delayed an extra week. But there won't be any other hotfixes past this one. And as you can probably tell, this was recorded quite a few hours ago, and I will be putting this up later in the day, just because there's nothing really urgent in this. It's not adding anything, it's fixing a few problems, and to be honest, it is the last one fixed a bit of a problem with Nova. But one of the things about this that I thought I'll put out there is they've basically stated that there will not be any other hotfixes or updates until 16.5 is ready. So the next time that your game downloads something, unless there's a major problem, it should be 16.5. So I was kind of looking forward to that. I was busy doing something else and I loaded this up and it was there. And it started downloading and I was overly excited until I noticed the size of the update and came in. So, as I say, there's absolutely nothing special about this. It's just a small hotfix. My favourite thing about the Tonkor was the fact that you could bounce allies out of the way of danger. There's been a few times where an exploding infested has popped up. It's literally right behind somebody and it's about to blow up on them. Or there's a gas cloud in the way and someone's about to run into it, and I've used it to basically save somebody's life. And granted, there has been a few situations I haven't liked it, but they have changed the way that this works, and now the Tonkor will no longer bounce other players. So you cannot run around bouncing people. I mean, after using it, it was a problem. I did find myself a few times apologizing to people. I said that when I actually first did a video on this one, and there's a few times I accidentally bounced people. In that video I actually purposely bounced someone, but I didn't say sorry in the game, but I said sorry while doing the video and never thought of putting it into the chat. And most people don't use it that way. They use it to purposely annoy people, so they removed it. And so that kind of sucks. Now, there is a lot of changes to Conclave. Added a stagger to Nyx's mind control. Excalibur's radial blind now acts differently. Vertical force to players being killed by Rhino's charge. There's a 6-second respawn invulnerability for 3 seconds after you start moving. Or 3 seconds. It's pretty weird, actually. But it's now removed. As soon as you fire a weapon or use melee, it will take that straight off. So, I'm not sure. I like that one. It stops people spawn camping. And they have also reduced the damage of all Cestra weapons in PvP as well. I don't like that one as much because the Cestra is actually quite fun in there, and if you're wondering why it still says 20,000, that's because I've just literally logged in after the resets happened. So I've got 20,000 on everything, because you'll see this has now gone over to 3 hours. So I was a little bit late on starting to record this, to be honest. It's actually just after, it's 39 minutes after the resets happened right now, so I'm kind of doing this before going back to work. So, quickly, the Tonkor does still jump yourself, it just will not jump allies. So people you are playing with will not be affected by this. But more importantly are the changes to Nova herself. Basically, there's a long list of them, but what they've done, the short version is they have fixed it visually more than anything else. For the Antimatter Drop. All of it is for the Antimatter Drop. God damn it. And they've made it so when you look at it, it actually slows down now. It didn't do that for quite a while. It would just move at that kind of speed because you're telling it where to go. But when you look at it, it's supposed to slow it down. And that works now. I am actually really happy to have that. I took something out through the floor. because there's been a few times it's like you're meant to be able to slow it down to deal damage to it. This actually has the augment on it, hence the weird waves coming off it. That is the augment that I can never remember the name of, something to do with Antimatter Drop. But when you aim at it, it slows it down so you can personally do damage to it. Or it'll take more damage if you are using the augment. The other ones is the low damage as host. Sometimes being a host while firing this thing, it would do no damage. Because it was slightly broken. The same as there was the host could also have, the client could have 2 times damage off the damn thing. So the damage that you would see and the damage that other players would see never really matched up that well. And it's all been fixed. And I use Nova a lot, and I have to admit this is something that I noticed quite a bit when they actually did it. Now this was a change made in 14.4, so it's been with us for a while now, and it works really well. I mean, you can walk these things and deal buttloads of damage. I just wish you could actually direct the thing a little bit better while actually moving it, so you can kind of get it through doorways, because obviously once you fire it, you're still stuck. It'll only go where you aim it, and you can't really aim it while looking at it, because while you're looking at it, it's only going to go where what is basically directly behind it. That just really happened there. It went through that gap. Wow. There is like that little gap there. It went through there, came around to go back through. So as you can guess, they've also fixed the tracking of this thing quite a lot. That was completely by fluke that happened. And I like the changes. Just because I use Nova a lot, I did actually notice them. It was mainly the tracking and the damage more than anything else. I mean, there's also a proper animation while casting it. I never noticed that there wasn't a proper animation for this. I mean, she's always pretty much done the same thing as far as I can tell. I never noticed her do anything apart from actually just throw the ball. But that's supposedly been fixed now as well. Okay, I thought that was Invisible Person. These things don't do as much damage if nobody shoots at them. I'm gonna have to pull a gun out on her. There we go. So I'll have to admit though, it was such a good change to her abilities. It helped her a lot. One other change in the Conclave stuff is that Rhino charge was a bit weird. It would actually lag behind the Rhino, so you would Rhino charge through an enemy but nothing would happen. That has also been fixed. And there was also some stuff for the event that was on last week, but is it the Burus more? I cannot remember the name of it. The cash point machine, as people were calling it. That thing, some of its abilities were altered and all the rest of it, but to be honest, that stuff's pretty meaningless. There was also a fix in 14.4 for I forgot the name of it, AMD crashes, because AMD are still having issues. It is good seeing them concentrate a little bit more on AMD, considering the game has been highly built towards Nvidia. But to be honest, Nvidia, AMD doesn't really matter. It's the physics stuff with Nvidia that needs special attention. The AMD things still work, but they've fixed something on there, so that works slightly better as well. But we'll leave this off here for now. The wait for 16.5 shouldn't be much longer, hopefully. I'm trying to figure out who that is on the top of the terminal there with a flat head. Is it flat? No, that's Mag. The Noggle thing. Can't even look closer. Yeah, that's Mag. But anyway, leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.